Today, we will be discussing the best leadership blueprint to inspire teams. Have you ever wondered how great leaders seem to inspire their teams effortlessly, day in and day out? They are not lucky, it's a blueprint, a set of simple daily habits that build trust, fuel motivation, and create alignment. Today, I will share 5 actionable strategies that will help you inspire your team every single day. By the end of this video, I guarantee you will know how to inspire your team and to improve the performance and results. By the way, I am Ruth and I have returned more than $100 million in savings and cash gains to top companies in America. And now I teach other leaders how to do the same. Alright, let's dive in. The first strategy of the blueprint is having a clear vision of what you want your team to become. A few years ago, I had a job that was too exhausting and I needed a change. My life needs had changed and now I needed a less demanding job. Thus, I started to look for new roles and started interviewing for other positions. One of the jobs I saw that it could have potential, it seems to be very interesting. I was able to land an interview with the hiring manager and she had no passion, no vision, no energy. It was so boring to listen to her about the role. There was no spark, no joy or ambition from her. I do wanted a less demanding job to have more time with my little one and stop being stressed all the time. But the alternative she was offering could have been a daily interesting job on paper, but I had to work with her, a leader that had lost any spark or passion, so I definitely did not pursue that opportunity. And this is a great reminder that in order for a leader to succeed, we always need great talent, and great talent will make our wildest dreams come true and make our lives easier. Great talent needs a determined leader who has fire in their belly, who has vision, who has passion, who explains them what they will conquer together. In my many years of leadership research, the same pattern is always true. Amazing leaders have vision and passion, and that vision and passion is translated into their teams via clear expectations. And that vision and passion can be streamlined. This is what you need to do. Define your team's vision, define the values and culture to unlock that vision. Be consistent by creating goals that will make you achieve that vision. Explain and remind those values, vision, and goals constantly to your team and pivot as needed. Having a clear North Star does not mean you won't be adaptable, but having a clear target will guide your actions and make you and your team focus on the things that will yield massive purposeful results. Alright, the second strategy is always reminding them, your team, of the big picture. Acumen is a leader's best friend. Not only to connect the dots, have better ideas and recommendations, and thus performance, but it's also critical to inspire your team. First, it will make you credible because all that acumen that you have as a leader, it's not only for yourself. You acquire to build a strategy and knowledge that must be passed to your team to conquer the amazing goals I'm sure you have. When I first became a leader, I had so much to learn about how being a leader and about my industry in general. Thus, my team did deliver good specialized results thanks to applying the things I knew when I was a top performer as an individual contributor, but I was by no means a good leader. Neither do I have the right acumen. Thus, our specialized results stopped there in the very niche area that we had. I was not able to strategize beyond that because I didn't have the right acumen. When I started to learn about not only leadership, communication, human behavior, and a strategy, but also about my industry, I was able to connect the dots and thus create goals that deliver massive returns to my company. I was no longer playing in the novice league, but in the great leagues. My team's returns became massive, and this is not something that happens from one day to another, but it's an investment that will pay off. Our recommendation is to always look for leadership positions at companies you love and industries you feel a lot of passion about. If not, it will be very boring to have to read all about the industry. And by the way, I offer personalized coaching if you want to work with me so I can transform you in a highly inspiring, charismatic, confidence badass leader. Link is in the video description. Alright, strategy number 3 in this blueprint to inspire your team is to defend your team and have their back. Great leaders make their teams feel safe and supported. When your team knows you have their back, they will take more risk, innovate, and trust you more deeply. They will dare to be bold and be more creative. A few years ago, a couple of senior executives unfairly criticized my team's projects. They evaluated their performance and results. My team was in Costa Rica and we work for a big corporation in the US. All those executives were in the US, and similar to the hybrid and remote roles dynamic, they grew closer and appreciated more the employees that they saw daily at the office. And this is a behavior that is very predictable because of course we will grow closer and have deeper bonds with the people we face to face and interact in a 3D reality. So this was a constant struggle. They understood and empathized with the results from the team members in the US, but they undervalue the results of my team in Costa Rica. Thus, instead of staying silent, I calmly share the team's thought process and results every time that they challenge them, explain the complexity and all that required them to do our process from zero to hero. And that was a constant from me. I knew that I was in a disadvantaged position because I was not seated next to them in the office. Thus, the communication of our results had to be 10 times more intentional and clear, so they really understood the value and impact. Later, my team members told me how much those moments meant to them. They often felt unappreciated by senior leadership. And seeing me as the leader stand up and explain all that had to be made for them to get the results that they consume from my team made my team feel really important and valued by me, which then inspired them to deliver even better results and feel more connected to our team's vision. And by the way, remember to subscribe to learn more about the best leadership strategies. I post all my research on this channel. Alright, the fourth strategy in this blueprint is role modeling the behaviors we want to see as leaders. There is no more effective way to feel inspired than to see someone we admire or in a position of authority doing the things we're expected to do. I'm gonna share a good example. Despite I hate to work at the office, I am a remote lover worker, but the companies who have wanted to go back to the office and have the higher adoption rates to get back to the office from their employees are the companies who make only for the top executives to go back daily, mandatory to their offices. Once you know your boss is at the office daily, you will feel the pressure to be there as well, despite they are not making it mandatory for you. Our team members are always watching us. If we want them to be punctual, prepared, and motivated, we need to show up that every single day. Live the values you want to see in your team: innovation, fearless, kindness, fast results. Become and live all the values you want to see in them. Alright, the final strategy is to roll up your sleeves, be vulnerable, and work with them. One of the most inspiring leaders I have personally worked for was a leader who was very senior. He was a VP, but he was always there in the trenches, not micromanaging nor being annoying, but learning, participating, analyzing, doing with us. Not always, of course, but he did it. I had no idea how he found time for everything. When we had meetings with him, he was always fully present and engaged with absolutely anyone who was speaking. And when we had to do analysis, he participated, learned the tech and logic for him to do his own crazy scenarios. And this is so rare in senior leaders. They don't even bother to learn the tech. It was truly inspiring, impressive, and admirable. And the best part, the most admirable, was that he was so humble. He was so casual too. He did not have any aura of greatness nor any petulance. He saw everyone as his equal, despite we were obviously not unequal in terms of authority. And he had 10 times more experience and acumen than any of us. And yet, he treated everyone with kindness and listened to everyone. A truly remarkable executive. So, if we want to inspire others, we just have to roll up our sleeves and work with them. Obviously, as a manager, that's not something we can do always. We have different roles, but what we can do is to choose a task that we can sometimes do with them, something that we can share and participate with them. Choose the tasks that intrigue you and are the highest value for you and the business for you to understand more in detail. That level of dedication is priceless and obviously super inspiring. Alright, let's recap the blueprint strategies. Having a clear vision of what we want our team to become, always reminding them of the big picture, defending our teams and having their backs, role modeling the behaviors we want to see in them, and finally, rolling up our sleeves, be vulnerable, and work with them. Leadership isn't about grand gestures, it's about being consistent, those small actions that build trust, inspire motivation, and align our teams with a shared purpose. Which of these strategies you want to try first? Let me know in the comments. See you around. Bye!